Welcome into the program, everybody. Chicka, what? I don't know what that was, but it felt right in the moment.
I watched Superbad this week, and it reminded me of the chicka, yeah, think I do.
Man, I haven't seen that movie in
It's one of my
forever.
favorites. It's one of my favorites because I feel like it's almost as accurate as a high school movie kind of gets sometimes, of just we got to do everything we can to get some ass.
Yeah.
Anything possible.
Go to the movies.
Yeah.
A little fingering. You did just witness me scratch my forehead with the top of my bottle.
Oh, I didn't even pay attention to it.
I have this other hand, but this one's here.
Worthless. It's worthless.
And it has an object in it.
Just the line in that movie is probably one of the greatest lines of all time, where she goes, "If you scratch my back, we'll scratch yours." He goes, "The funny thing about my back, it's located on my cock." Oh, it still cracks me up. It still cracks me up.
I got into on the TikTok. Just, I'll get in when it gets in my algorithm, just outtakes.
Uh-huh.
I'm a big blooper guy.
Yeah, me too. I love them.
But the one from Anchorman 2, where he's like, "Feel this. Tell me that didn't feel like a cock." And then just keeps going. And Paul Rudd just trying to keep it together.
When he talks about he has the hot, frothy ejaculate. Now I know what the people of Pompeii felt like.
Just covered in ejaculate instead of lava.
Yeah, those are the Anchorman 2 ones are hilarious.
Yeah,
the another one's funny on that one is where he's at the family with the black chick.
Oh my god!
Oh, just him saying shit, and you can tell he's starting to get embarrassed about what he's saying to these people, and they're all fucking losing it.
Yeah, it is. Because they said they had two different. They could put out a whole different movie with the outtakes.
Yeah,
I don't know if they ever did, but
oh god, it would be funny. Which one of you pipe-hitting bitches is going to pass the potatoes? He got to pay me in paper.
That's, I miss those movies, man. Like the hour and a half comedy.
Yep.
Of just
Yeah,
streaming services won't do them. I don't understand why. Of hey.
Like a comedy and a horror movie got to be the cheapest ones to make.
Yeah.
Just make and only people switch to horror.
Yeah.
And it's not everybody's favorite. Everybody likes to fucking laugh. Nobody likes to be scared all the time.
Yeah, it's I understand that you're not going to, because you only send certain things to the theater anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I understand that it's not going to be a comedy.
Yeah.
But that's what streaming services are for.
Yeah.
And don't give me this Seth Rogen shit. Guy's not funny.
No, he writes funny shit for other people.
He kind of shot his load.
Yeah.
And now it's like that Sausage Fest. I actually went to the movie theater to see that.
And
it was it's funny.
Uh-huh.
But it's I feel like, okay.
I feel like, now I
Tough
like his movies.
at that movie.
Yeah, big time. I like his movies, but I feel like he is funnier when he's just writing for other people.
Yeah.
That's his best quality.
Yeah, like that pickle movie.
That was awful.
Go fuck yourself.
That was just awful. Just terrible. Now, the one with him and Cameron Diaz was surprisingly funny.
Which one's that?
Where she's running for president or something.
Also not Cameron Diaz.
Who was that?
It's another blonde lady.
I thought it was Cameron Diaz.
No. No. It's a lady from South Africa.
Oh, you're right. Charlize Theron. Yeah. Charlie. Yeah, there you go. My fault.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
Like when he gets caught jerking off. That was funny.
Yeah.
But The Hangover, when that, stuff like that of
the buddy comedy stuff. Yeah. Now, there's one movie on Netflix, and it's called The Buddy Games, and it could have been so much better than what it actually was. The people in that movie, they're fucking hilarious, and I just felt like we did this one wrong. This one could have been so much better than what it was.
The turns that they made with, the fucking paintball gun thing and stuff, okay, that's, hey, come on.
Yeah.
But, and then, her, they, when that movie was promoing.
Yeah.
They promoted the shit out of her. It's she's in the movie 6 fucking minutes.
Well, yeah, Olivia Munn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First 3, last 3.
Yeah, and I didn't like how, the fat, out-of-shape loser was, the guy everybody was, intimidated by. Yeah. This guy's a turd.
I feel the same way about Tag.
Yeah.
That could have been.
Yeah, and I liked that movie, but it could have been.
But it's this could have been good.
I really felt like they stuck to like the actual storyline of those people.
Yeah.
Instead of just like, hey, this is a great idea. Let's now make it movie-like.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, still funny. Still funny. I think people like it because it's like, oh yeah, I could see myself doing that.
Yeah. It's like, but I don't.
But I don't.
It's not what I'm watching the movie for.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spend $47,000 a year to play a game of tag across a fucking country.
I know. Those guys have to have some killer jobs. Or no jobs at all.
We could do this with our friends. Yeah, if you're independently wealthy. Like,
yeah. I was watching The Northman that came out like earlier in the year, I think.
Yeah.
And it's weird. It's very weird, and I don't know if I'll finish it, but it's like the Viking movie, and I don't know. I feel like they did their research of what these people actually acted like.
Yeah.
And it's just,
I assume shitty.
Yeah, and it's not even that. Like, I mean, yes, they obviously
rape and pillage.
Yes,
that's kind of what happened.
That's not even what I'm talking about. Weird. That's what everybody kind of knows is what they do.
That's normal. Okay.
Well, to them, yeah.
Check.
I don't know where to go from here.
Yeah.
Just like all of them, like they're like howling at the moon, and like, I'm like, yeah, I'm okay.
I don't need this.
I don't need that. Just go.
Like the Vikings show where the guy was kicking his feet up and he had rubber soles.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. It's a good show.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't care.
I don't need you to be in your little leotard thing that you wear.
When they do that and then just like speak the dialect of it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm not here to read.
Nope. No.
Just not here to read.
Nope. I don't even really need the person to be like accurately sounding like that person. Like, nope. I don't need an accent. If he talked American, I'd be okay with it.
Fuck.
Yeah, I don't care.
Everybody else was from England. Kevin Costner was from America. Fucking Robin Hood worked, man.
You're so
like,
right.
Everybody's
You're
from England.
So right.
He's from America. He's from fucking Iowa. It's fucking Robin Hood.
What do we want to do, Robin Hood? I don't know. Okay.
Grow some corn.
Yeah. I got a bow and arrow. What do you want me to do?
Yeah. I think the story is
I got my American gypsy black sidekick, too.
Yeah, like his accent was so bad. There's, hey, man, like you're fucking ruining this movie. Just go ahead and do it.
Somebody should have told that to Mel Gibson, too, because his accent in Braveheart was horrid. Just terrible.
Yeah. That's the one of like, because everybody, that's like, was everybody's movie.
Yeah, I know.
And now they've just totally ripped it apart. Like, this is like, it was a real
garbage.
guy.
Yeah.
No way accurate. Not close to the time period. Mm-hmm. This isn't what fucking happened.
It's like you're talking in your normal talking dialogue. You have an accent.
It's like an accent like I would do.
Yeah, exactly. And then when you're yelling at people, you have an American accent. It just goes in and out.
Pretty tough to yell in that accent.
Yeah. The fact that Brad Pitt was able to do his accent as well as he did in the and Snatch was...
I mean, it was...
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how much of an accent it was.
It's so good, though.
Turkish.
Yeah, but...
Okay.
But, yeah.
It's fucking great.
Yeah, no, I feel like that's what they actually sound like.
That was kind of weird of like how Taron, obviously we've talked about this many times of being a Guy Ritchie fan. Like he's like how everybody holds Tarantino. Yeah. That's how I am with Guy Ritchie.
Yeah, you always got so many good fucking movies.
Oh my God. And all those, they're all the British caper comedy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I watched one of his and I'd never seen it before. Was that Man from U.N.C.L.E. with Henry Cavill and Armie Hammer? And stuff. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's not one of the better ones.
It's one of those ones where you tie your hands because it's based off a TV show.
Yeah,
so that you kind of have to hit those marks so the dorks don't get
mad.
Yeah,
yeah. But I mean, like The Gentleman's probably one of the best movies of all time, and he's
great.
It's
I know people shit on that one too, but
really, I thought it was great.
Like Lock, Stock, and Two carrying barrels. Yeah. Two smoking barrels. Maybe these fucking gun barrels really care about you.
That was a fantastic movie.
Love that movie.
Great movie.
We talk Rock and Rolla.
Yeah, great movie. That's
Rock and Rolla is up at my top tier.
I've had to watch that 2 or 3 times
to catch everything because
it's a lot of shit, and I'm like, well, how do we get to be killing this old guy now? Like I had to watch it 2 or 3 times, but yeah, it's fantastic. And it's in that same kind of here's something, oh, now we're going to throw it all together with you.
You can kind of see where they're all still kind of in the same universe.
Yep. Yeah.
No,
that's good.
But that and and the Brad Pitt one, just the bullet tooth Tony.
Yeah.
Where he's sitting down and he's like, when he goes through the fact of that yours say replica and mine says Desert Eagle 0.50 and how it's going.
Oh, the rock and roller one, it's got some big namers now.
Oh,
back then it wasn't, but now it's like these guys are fucking stars in this
how
movie.
How did you get this cast and then go? Yeah, just like the Wild Boys.
Yeah.
Are all fucking mega stars now. And then what's her name? That Tandy or whatever.
Yeah.
She was of Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you have a ton of fucking stars in this movie that, are awesome. It's like you look at, because I want to say Rock and Roller came out around this, like either a year after or 2 years after that Gerard Butler was in 300.
Yeah.
It's like, this is what it looks like to be a normal human, and this is what this guy had to do to look like that.
Yeah.
I mean, just like he looked like a normal person, and a year later.
I still love that when he'd like pick up a girl at a bar, take her home, and when he'd take his shirt off, he's like, they're all disappointed. Hey,
I don't look like this. I don't look like this at all.
Like, that is not a thing.
Yeah. Nobody looks like that.
Hey, I can look like that for a day.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we do all those scenes in a day. We're going to not eat food for 3 days and not drink water for 30 hours.
Yeah, exactly. Now, there's some people, some actors that hold it pretty well. Like, I feel like Henry Cavill kind of holds his muscle pretty well, and then, like, he doesn't have to do as much when it's time for him to show off.
He's a naturally big guy.
Yeah.
But I did see an interview where he's talking about doing when he does weight cuts to do that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because, I mean, he's a big guy. And, like, the one where he's, like, when he's shirtless in Superman, it's like, it looks pretty fucking like him. That doesn't look like anything else.
I still don't. Fucking bothers me. That scene with, like, he coming in, he's got the beard and everything like that. How the fuck did he shave?
Yeah, because he's got a Man of Steel. I don't know how
nobody talks about that.
Yeah.
How'd you shave that beard?
How'd he grow it?
How's he cut his hair?
That's a good point.
What do you mean, how'd he grow it? Fucking grows.
No, I thought, like, he was not supposed to, like, grow hair.
Well, his hair on his head.
Yeah, but it was put there.
The Man of Steel. It's not literal.
Yes, he is. He's a Tin Man.
But it's just like, how'd
you shave it?
Did you use, like, a mirror in your laser eyes? But you have to do it less so it doesn't melt the mirror? How'd you?
Yeah, that's a
or did
good
you
point.
just fucking grab it and pull it out?
That's what I was thinking.
I mean,
just scratched his face.
They sell. I have one client. I make
titanium razors.
Be more than that. That doesn't.
Yeah,
I didn't do shit.
Right.
I mean, it'd be kryptonite etched razors. So he's almost gonna die, but he's got a clean shave.
Yeah, Superman hates being shaved.
You can use these too. Be like Superman. May cause cancer.
Yeah.
It is from another planet.
May cause cancer. It will cause cancer.
Yeah, and by may we mean will.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
And then when you go through chemo, you won't need the fucking razors anymore.
Yeah. To start, you will.
It'll come out.
We're terrible humans.
I feel okay about it.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Oh,
if
man.
you can't laugh at cancer.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Come on.
Wrong with you.
It's Jimmy V week.
Yeah. This is our donation.
Don't give up. He said move your emotions.
Yep. I laughed today. That's half of it.
Fucking teared up a little bit when that,
Yeah.
Crying and laughing.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. So the old Cincinnati Bearcats got a new coach. Did you see that? Dude from Louisville. Satterfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it sounded like Louisville was going to shit can him.
Yeah.
And he just, well, it kind of worked out for everybody.
Like, he's got baggage with him, too.
Except Cincinnati.
Yeah. Well, he's got baggage that, you know what I mean? Like, he's not He has done some shit. Not as bad as like a Hugh Freeze, but he's done some shit. And I was shocked by that hire, number one, because you're a better program than Louisville, you know?
Yeah.
Like Louisville still hangs their hat on that they had Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
And,
which is nice. Peg,
yeah, great.
Nice peg to hang on.
Yeah, it is, but it's like, you're not very good.
Yeah.
I thought Cincinnati would kind of go after more of a high profile coach. And I know it's still Cincinnati. I get that, but
I think the only way they could do that is if they'd have got to the Big 12 with Fickle still there and he wins the Big 12 then he moves on.
I got you. To see that they can
now
win it.
Hey, welcome back, Tommy Tuberville.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Purdue's coach took Louisville's job. How is that? I know he played college ball there, but again, most people when, they want to go to better programs or bigger programs. I
think he was getting out of the Big Ten.
Okay.
I think just being who he is at the school he's at, maybe just seeing the landscape of what the fuck's going on right now of like, hey, maybe.
And I get that part of it. It's just like, well, Louisville, and I know you played there, I get it, but it's like you didn't. It's not a better program. You know what I mean?
No.
It's not a better program. It's you're starting over when you got to Purdue.
Yeah. Yeah.
If that some people like that. I mean, some people do better with that. They don't. They want to build it.
You go from playing in a Big Ten championship game to here comes Luke Fickell.
Yeah.
Here comes what's his name?
Matt Rule.
Another year after that, here comes USC and Lincoln Riley.
Yeah.
I guess fucking UCLA maybe if they let them.
Maybe.
Of seeing that like, hey, you're gonna like this ain't gonna happen again.
Mm-hmm. No, and I 100% get that. But I did hear a name being tossed around for Purdue's job was Dan Mullen.
Ooh.
Yeah. Just go off of name. The Big Ten might have some of the biggest names.
Oh yeah.
Like if you add him to the Big Ten, like, and then you bring in USC and UCLA, there's a lot of fucking names in the Big Ten as coaches.
Like in 2 years, it's going to get like a legit.
Yeah.
But like it truly will be SEC Big Ten.
Yeah. I mean,
you would think.
You would think, yes. But, I was looking at the names just of the coach. I'm like, Jesus Christ, if they had, Dan Mullen's a very well-known coach. Yeah. Not saying he's a good coach by any means, but just like, well, Jesus. You have more notable coaches than an SEC.
Yeah.
From top to bottom. I mean,
right.
Greg Schiano is a Super Bowl winning coach who coached at fucking Rutgers. That's a very high, well-known coach.
Now you've also got a bunch of coaches that haven't won anything.
Yes, you do. 100%. And I get that.
It's I've heard shit, I forget his name. I'm so bad with fucking names. What's his name from Wisconsin?
Oh, Paul Christ?
No.
Okay.
The guy that
Jim Leonard?
Maybe Purdue.
Oh, okay. I feel like that fits him.
Yeah. He needs to be a head coach.
Yes, and he needs to be he fits that Wisconsin style. Like, I mean, we're going to run the football. We're going to play good defense. Like, I feel like Purdue can do that.
What do you do if you're Iowa? Like, you got to fire him, right? He's not going to fire his son.
Yeah, that's got to be it.
Hey,
I mean, you're like, hey, either you're fired or you're going to have to fire your son.
Like, we need to catch up. It's 2022 and you're playing 1980.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Like
you're running your 12 personnel, but it's not good.
Yeah, we were in the Big Ten championship last year, and you got beat by 30. Like the game was over 6 minutes into the game. It was over.
Part of me really feels like Iowa's just cool with that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're just like, you know what? We know what he does, and we're okay with it. I can't imagine that, but for him being there that long, I do feel like that's so. Hell, fucking PJ Fleck just signed a huge extension.
He is so terrible.
He's Minnesota's winningest coach.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
Yeah, they said he has the one.
And the only reason is because everybody's found out that he's full of shit.
Yeah,
and that the rah fucking shit doesn't work. Like you got to be able to coach. And that's why. Yeah, man, they're so good. Yeah, it's 3 games in. Like this fucking row the boats bullshit.
Bowling Green beat them.
Yeah,
so row the boat somewhere else. But yeah, got an extension.
Now he can't get nobody else offering jobs.
No, they said that he has the most wins for the first 6 seasons that he was there, has the most wins at Minnesota since 1905.
even him, like, it was a Big Ten commercial of where, like, everybody was listed off people who played at the fucking school they're at.
Yeah.
All time. And he's like, just listed off a bunch of people that didn't play at Minnesota. I'm like, when you just come out and say, I would love to coach Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Like, I get, like, you can get away with the Dick Butkus because everybody can say that, even though, I mean,
yeah.
Fuck was that? They didn't play football. Fuck him. He's a little overrated.
It's a bit.
Yeah. Heard he's a pussy.
He whipped both of my asses right now at 80.
Yeah. Now, when he jumped on Twitter, was fucking fire.
God, he was funny.
For like 2 days, and then it just kind of went away. Like,
doesn't he do some radio for the Bears or something?
Yeah, something like that. Of like, it was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he was hilarious.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay. The PJ Fleck thing. And I get it, Minnesota's probably not getting anybody who has as much.
They can't get anybody, but he's just not. After year 2, he should have left.
Yeah.
If he wanted a bigger job, should have left.
Because that would have been what he was like. He won 8 games both years or something like that, 8 or 9.
They were undefeated for a long time.
Yeah. And they always catch something where they don't have to really play the big cross name. Like, they may play like a Michigan State, but like it seems like they never have Ohio State. They never have Michigan.
So I want to say that year it was like they were 8-1, and the one loss was Ohio State.
Yeah.
And then, Wisconsin fucking drubbed them. But
yeah. But it always seems like they never get the big crossover game. Yeah. And the one thing, and I don't know why the hell I was thinking about this, but we haven't had an Ohio State-Illinois game in quite some time. Because they play for that turtle.
The Illabuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
The very first Ohio State game I was at, it was an Illinois game, and they had that turtle.
The funny thing is, like, the first game, it was a real turtle.
Yeah.
And it died. Like, it didn't even make it a year. And it was a tortoise. And they live a long time. Mm-hmm. Like, maybe putting the paint on its back. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that didn't help.
Maybe everybody picking it up and shaking it.
Yeah. Fucking love this.
Turtle. Snapping at you.
Not a turtle, it's a tortoise.
Tortoise. Oh, man.
Tortoise. What's the difference? Turtles swim.
Nice.
Tortoises don't.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Now you know.
Thank you.
I mean, they can, but not really.
Okay.
Like, they can get in water, but not,
They just kind of float there.
They're land. Turtles are water.
Gotcha. There you go.
You're welcome.
Thank you. We learned something today.
Yeah.
Okay. The championship games? You got any thoughts?
First thought, start with Friday.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm okay with the fuck Utah shit, but you better fucking win.
Gotta back it up, buddy.
That's just kind of the deal.
Yeah.
That was a weird one. First of all, being on a Friday night of like, fuck.
Yeah.
But I understand that they can't get on TV on Saturday because they're just garbage. But like watching that first quarter, like, well, Ohio State's done.
That's what I thought too.
It's like 17-3.
Yeah.
And then it's all of a sudden like, did he get hurt?
Yeah.
And then it's, well, he ain't scrambling. And then it was just come back, just like.
I was shocked. Now, I know he talked about how bad their defense was.
So bad.
So bad. It doesn't, and it seems to happen to any school, and it shouldn't, because if your defense is playing that well, I know teams make adjustments and this and that, and and he got hurt. It just seems like anytime a quarterback gets hurt, the whole morale of the team goes down. And he came back and played. That should build you the fuck back up.
Yeah.
That this guy's hurt, is coming back into the game. Now you need to step up your play as the defense, because you know that he's not 100%. You've held these guys to, like, with the halftime, they had like 10 points or 17 points or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, just start playing a little better. And they didn't. And Utah took advantage of it. And we knew that. We knew USC's defense couldn't do it for a long time.
Yeah. Well, and then you knew that.
I didn't think it was going to be a blowout.
So, yeah. And as soon as that happened, it was like, well, okay, playoff set.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. Because the only thing that could have changed is, like, TCU would have had to got beat by 30, 28 for, because Bama was never getting 2 loss.
I know. I wanted them to.
I mean, you can make an argument if they get drummed by 30 of like, okay.
I still thought they did. I still thought they had a chance. Even with the tight scoring they lost, I still thought really? Bama had a chance. But I know I said it last week, just like, we've never seen 2-loss teams in. Yeah. If you're letting a 2-loss team in, it's Alabama.
Yeah.
And I just thought that.
And then him coming on at halftime of the Big Ten game.
Yeah. Trying to.
We're the best team.
Yeah.
I still love it. It's like, would we be favored? But then everybody the next day is like, well, you're favored over these 2 teams that beat you. So what the fuck does that mean?
What I can't. In my own mind, I don't know if it's more impressive that Kansas State had a goal line stand at the inch line or that TCU couldn't punch it in from the inch line.
Well, they got stupid.
Yeah. Why the hell do you get cute?
Let's go to shotgun. Yeah. The fact that fucking J.J. Watt is calling you out of like, hey, I know a little something about defense. On 3rd down, a quarterback sneak from inside the 1-yard line with 2 pushers is tough to stop. Run it twice.
I'll run. Yeah, what happened? Run that 4 fucking times. You have a better shot doing that.
Then it's like, we're going to go into shotgun and run a fucking dive?
Yeah.
And that's okay. If you want to go into shotgun,
got to be some kind of misdirection, something to move.
And do some sort of zone where Max gets to make a decision. Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's stupid, but okay. But to do what you did of like...
Just a straight dive?
Yeah.
What do you think was coming, guys?
What are you doing?
Everybody knows what's coming.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Yeah, that the Dugan guy, he impressed me. He also didn't at first. I was like, when I was watching the game, I'm like, this guy is single-handedly making them not play well.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just it was very uncharacteristic of him.
See, like, I love it. Everybody's stroking his cock about the end of the game. Well, he's so tired and doing this and look at him, and just like, to me it's like, he's a cunt.
Yeah. That's what I thought too. I was like, what? He's
because the other guys aren't fucking tired.
Yeah, exactly.
You ran the ball fucking 8 times. This other guy's ran it fucking 30 times.
Exactly.
You think he's not fucking tired?
Uh-huh.
And also has to block for your ass.
Yeah.
And run routes.
Yeah.
While you get to stand here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't.
He's so gritty. Yeah. Look at him drag himself up off the turf. He's so tired. Well, maybe he should have fucking slept. Yeah. Be in better shape.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Everybody else seems to be okay.
I'm like, why is he that out of shape? That was my first thought when he ran that long run. And I'm like, why is he so out of shape? Why is he so, like, I get it, you're tired at that moment, but he was tired the next drive.
Yeah. Wasn't even 2 overtime yet. It's like, hey, man, this is like midway through the 4th fucking quarter. Like, we're not even...
You're huffing, man.
I better not see your hand. You better not have had your 5 fingers up for overtime because you weren't there for 4. But yeah, when people do that, it's like, you're a fucking bitch. Just get the fuck up.
Yeah, you're wanting some fucking attention there, bud. We know. We just saw you run. You don't need to tell us that you just ran. Get the fuck back up, scream in the other team's face, and go to the sideline. Yeah. I mean, jeez.
Big Ten, that's not even worth talking about.
And then Georgia just routes LSU. I think we all thought that.
Everybody knew that was coming.
We'll get to the playoff scenario. Do you want to talk about playoffs now, or you want to wait, or?
No, we can go now.
We don't have to do scores yet, but I feel like Michigan's going to...
Oh, yeah, we don't have to do predictions. I mean, Jesus Christ, we're fucking 9 months out.
I feel like Michigan I can't see them losing to TCU.
Oh, my God, no.
Okay, I hope we're on the same page.
I have let's just talk about this. I have a problem with the playoff rankings.
Okay.
Georgia, number 1, 100%.
Yeah.
Michigan, number 2, get it. They're the best 2 teams in the fuck country.
100%.
TCU better than Ohio State?
No, they're not.
Okay. And here's the argument I hear for TCU being 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
You can't penalize them for a game that Ohio State didn't play in. Okay.
Agree with that.
I get it.
Yep.
But is Ohio State a better team?
Yes.
Yeah, but you can't penalize TCU.
You're not. You're still in.
Okay. So you penalize Georgia
by
making them play the worst matchup.
Yeah.
As the number 1 seed.
Yeah, they shouldn't have
Nobody fucking talks about that.
No.
Like, well, you can't penalize TCU. It's like, yeah, but the people who work to be the number 1 seed arguably have to play their toughest matchup. Because Georgia matches up better against Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
They match up, obviously, better against TCU.
Mm-hmm.
The only struggle they'll have, because they have secondary struggle, is Ohio State. And I'm not saying
it's going to be a struggle, but if there is one, it's that team.
That's their worst matchup.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree with that. And I have, to counter all this, I agree with 100% what you're saying. I have an issue with USC dropping all the way to 10. So you don't want to penalize TCU for playing in a game that Ohio State didn't play in. Yeah. That's fine. Okay, I get that. But what USC played in that fucking championship game, has 2 losses. Alabama didn't play in that championship game.
And the quarterback was hurt.
Tennessee didn't play in that championship game. Okay, Clemson should be the only one that should be up there still.
Yeah.
USC should be 5th or 6th at the end of the rankings.
They should be 5th.
That I don't get. You're penalizing them for playing that game even though they lost, and you're making the same argument of TCU lost playing that game.
I understand South Carolina. How the fuck is Tennessee behind you or Alabama?
Yeah.
We saw that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we watched them beat them.
Yeah. Well, you can't get blown out. Okay.
What?
Well, the one team that got blown out's in the fuck playoff.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's what are we doing
point
here?
Now? I don't get that. I don't agree with it. My personal rankings, it should. If I had it, I like the top 4. I'm not going to argue with that.
Yeah.
USC 5, and I feel like Clemson should be 6. If we're not penalizing those teams for playing in it, we're not going to penalize for those 2 teams for playing in it.
Yeah.
Clemson, you played in your conference championship game. You won it. You have the same amount of losses as a Tennessee and an Alabama. Why the fuck are you behind them?
Yeah.
Your counter argument everything there, and I just think that's stupid.
Well, the ACC's weak. Well, who the fuck did Alabama beat?
Texas, Mississippi State. Yeah. Douchers. Yeah, that's the only thing I really have a big issue with was. You're right. Nobody's talking about what you say, and that's why I didn't bring it up. I had the biggest problem with USC dropping all the way to fucking 10.
Yeah. Now, I mean, granted, it doesn't fucking matter, but it would matter in the future. I mean, they'd still be in the playoff. Maybe. You don't know. They could drop them out. Yeah. Yeah, that was my biggest problem is just because, like, everybody's on the TCU thing of you can't penalize them. Of, like, they'd have still been in the playoff, but your number 1 team is supposed to get...
the easy one.
You fuck them over.
You did. You're big time.
Yeah, because that's a fucking walk.
Yeah.
The championship game against TCU for them.
Exactly. And now Michigan's got to be happy and fuck.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, we got that.
I'm going to say this right now. Ohio State's going to beat fucking Georgia.
Ugh.
Yep.
Okay. That's fine. I can see it. I can also see them getting routed. You don't think so?
No.
Stetson going to break a hip with his old age?
Nope. I think you're going to see
a different team.
I think you're going to see a bend don't break defense, so they're not going to get beat deep, and then you try to hold them to field goals. But I think you're going to see a fucking wide open offense of like who gives a fuck.
Yeah, we have to. Yeah,
and that's dangerous.
It is very dangerous. If there's and I know we talk about it, if there's a team to beat Georgia, it is them.
Yeah.
How crazy would that be, though, if you get that?
I've said this for weeks. Ohio State matches up better with Georgia than they do Michigan.
Mm-hmm. They do. Man, oh man, that'd be a fucking national championship game as an Ohio State and a Michigan fan, wouldn't it? They both won.
Well,
holy shit.
Goes 2 ways. We talked about it. You lose to Michigan a 3rd time. Are you in the hot seat?
Yeah.
What if it happens twice in the same fucking year?
Season, yeah. What if 5 of your losses, 3 of them to one team?
Yeah.
Or 6 of your losses would be then, yeah.
That's a fucking problem.
That is a problem. There's a problem. Especially, and I don't know if you saw the clip of Joey Galloway kind of breaking down Michigan and Ohio State. It was him and David Pollack and somebody else, and he was just talking about, and he had no reason to talk about it, basically what Michigan has to do to keep up with Ohio State. That was the conversation. I'm like, well, they're doing a pretty fucking good job of it right now, but he's talking future and recruits and things like that. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, but these are the same recruits that they're beating them with.
Right.
The same 3-star, 2, 4, whatever you want to call it. Just because they don't have a 5-star in front of them.
It's going to be one of those things, too, of like, Ohio State will be vastly different next year. And I'm not talking about offense, but I'm talking about on defense. Because now you're in year 2.
Yep.
Everybody's like, well, they need to fire Jim Knowles because he didn't fix it. It's the first fucking year. Yeah. It's a brand new defense.
Exactly.
Granted, Still bothers me that hey, it's a nickel fucking defense. Can we stop acting like, hey, you don't want to know what the base defense is in the NFL? It's fucking nickel because they throw it all over the field.
Exactly.
The only difference is Ohio State does it with a third safety as opposed to a corner.
Yeah.
Because basically everybody's like, well, this is what the defense is. In every offensive meeting room, it's, all right, we're going to throw these passes so we can bring the nickel guy in. And then we're going to run some movement and we're going to run the fucking ball. That's the whole game.
Yeah.
So I don't like Ohio State's defense. I think
I think
they are a bend, don't break team now. They're not going to be dominant. If you're not going to get some fucking dogs up front,
yeah.
If you're just going to get fast guys, you're a bend, don't break defense.
100%.
You just can't.
The only thing that I'll say is what I like, just difference of who's been doing things of, I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah.
But we should be able, Ohio State should be able to be as aggressive with bringing 4.
Yeah, you don't have to bring everybody.
You don't have to bring everybody. 4 or 5. I'm okay with 4 or 5, but you're bringing 6 and the big touchdown, the very first big touchdown against Michigan, you brought 7. You brought 7
on a 3rd and 10
on a really good offensive line.
Yeah. If you'd have brought 5,
there's no touchdown.
Yeah, they complete the pass.
Probably
you give up the pass. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
no, and I agree with you. Up front, they're fucking soft.
Yeah.
And that's really, I hate. There's nothing more demoralizing to a defense just getting mauled up front and just having teams run the fucking ball all over you. But at some point in time, it's like, ooh, fix it.
You can't keep having 250-pound defensive fucking tackles.
Yeah. Yeah,
that ain't going to work.
Look at the 2 best teams in the country ranked right now. Look at their fucking defensive lines. Georgia's is huge. Michigan's is huge.
Yeah. You get a defensive lineman at the game for Ohio State, flips to Michigan of like, I'd rather play like that than what they're doing.
Yeah. Your Rushman stuff as a Buckeye fan is no longer there. You haven't had 20, 30 plus sacks as a team since Chase Young was there.
Yeah. And here's the thing. You could say all that, and he's a phenomenal coach. I get it.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But it was also, you had the Bosas and Chase Young. You had 3 fucking aliens.
Yeah, exactly. A nutless monkey could have had those guys.
We got, the Rushman package. We put 4 defensive ends out there. What's weird, because they don't get home.
Yeah,
so
exactly. Yeah.
The defensive ends that you have inside, it's weird that when you're inside, that speed doesn't mean a fucking thing.
That guard gets his hands on you, you're fucked.
Push.
Yeah. Yeah, but I agree with you up front. They got to get some fucking beef up front.
Yeah,
Jesus.
That's where it's at.
And it's weird that they haven't thought like that because 90% of the Big Ten is run-based. Well, you don't have quarterbacks who sling it.
That's where they get away from, like when Urban Meyer took over. And it was like that SEC style, and they've gotten away from it, but the SEC style that came in was, hey, we got 2 run stoppers in here that you can't fucking move, which means you have to go side to side.
Yep.
Everybody on the field back here is faster than you. So good luck.
Imagine that 4-2-5 with 4 fucking hogs up there.
Yeah.
Or 2 to 3. Yeah. Now you can't do anything.
You can even keep your edge rushers.
Yeah.
Just keep 2
big guys.
2 stoppers.
You need 3.
The whole point of the 2 interior linemen is to take up the blocks of the guards and the center. Because if they can't touch you and move to a linebacker, you're going to have a linebacker with 130 fucking tackles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's always 2 yards. It's like, yeah, that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I remember hearing that because there was a Packers thing and they were talking about A.J. Hawk. And the complaint was like, yeah, he's got all the fucking tackles, but he never gets anybody in the backfield. It's always fucking 2 yards down the field. Of like, he's a linebacker.
Yeah, he's not supposed to get those.
What's he supposed to? That's his fucking job.
Yeah. When they get past those front 4 guys, he has to make the tackle. I find it very funny with people like that. It's like the big argument I saw on Twitter was between that Emmanuel Acho and Richard Sherman about the Acho guy said that, and he makes a valid argument, but his points are off. He says something about defensive player, and it was Nick Bosa and Micah Parsons. And he says, well, Micah Parsons makes more plays, Bosa has more sacks, which is a fine argument, but the way he was backing it up was stupid. And Richard Sherman comes in and makes also a very valid point. He's like, they play two different positions. Bosa's an edge rusher. That's all he does. That's his job. It's his job to make sacks. And the guy's like, oh, Micah Parsons has more tackles. Like, I'm not arguing with that. He's supposed to have more tackles. It's a fucking linebacker.
Yeah.
He goes into coverage. He has an interception. He does that.
It's his job.
Yeah, and people don't realize, like,
they don't play the same defense.
Exactly. They don't play the same defense. They don't not even close to the same position. A linebacker making a tackle at 2 yards. He did his fucking job. 2 yards. That's what that puts them behind behind your schedule. If they have a 2-yard run, they are now behind.
Yeah.
If it's 2nd and 8, they're behind. If it's 3rd and 6, they're behind. People don't get that. They don't get the progression of a 10-yard down.
And I guess to simplify it would be, and we'll put it in a base, even though 3-4-4-3, that's all kind of a shit of the past, but people to understand that. A 4-3 is when you're going to have your ends. Mm-hmm. And then a 3-4, those outside guys are backers.
Yeah.
They will put their hand in the dirt and rush the quarterback, but they have pass responsibilities.
Yeah. Yes.
In a 4-3, they do not.
Nope. There you go. They have contain, and that's it. We got 7 guys back here. We run a 4-3 expecting you 4. We don't blitz. Yep.
Which is
Watch the
San
Niners.
Francisco.
Watch
That's
the Niners.
what they do. They're going to get home.
Mm-hmm. You want to see a 3-4? Watch the Steelers.
Yeah.
They run that. They blitz. That's the whole purpose of their defense. They blitz. They do that stuff.
That's where they get the zone dogs.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you can do that, of put both your fucking linebackers right in the fucking gaps and then drop somebody.
An underrated defense who runs the nickel about as good as anybody, and it's very underrated, is the Cincinnati Bengals.
Fucking phenomenal.
Phenomenal at the nickel defense.
With one of the biggest liabilities at corner there is in the league.
Yes, and they're fantastic at it because the 4 guys up front do 90% of the work.
Yeah.
And they're good at it. And those 2 linebackers on the inside are untouched because the whole defensive line works as a whole.
Yeah.
And you have Kendall, that fucking corner, man. God damn, he is good. Hilton, right?
Oh, the
Hinton,
slot corner.
The slot corner.
Hilton. Yeah.
He is fucking good.
I don't know how the Steelers let him go. I don't know what the fuck the deal was with that.
I don't either.
Because he's not overly expensive.
He is now.
Yeah, he is now.
Or he will be.
They're secondary. I mean, Awuzie got hurt, which is a fucking problem, but it hadn't been.
No.
Like, you're doing that shit with Eli Apple out there.
Has Bates been playing either?
Yeah, Bates is playing.
Okay, but and you talk about development of players. Von Bell was cut. Now, look at him. Look, a lot of it is situational defense. What do you have this guy doing? He's not responsible for a whole lot of shit. So he's better at it now. He can play the middle of the field. That's what he's good at.
That's what he does.
That's what he does.
The shit you wanted him to do over there, that's what Jesse Bates does. Like, that's what he does.
Yeah.
We don't need that.
No, and that's like they have. I obviously watched the Chiefs Bengals game. Like that was awesome.
That was a fucking football game.
That was fantastic. That was fantastic. Obviously the play of the game was the Kelsey fumble, because if he doesn't fumble, Chiefs win. Wholeheartedly Chiefs win. Because then you're able to work the clock. Now there was 7 minutes left in the game or something like that at that point in time. Like, that's up huge.
4.
Up 4. It's like that
the whole thing for the Bengals at that point is field goal.
Yeah,
gotta make a field goal,
turnover, field goal, and the fact that I loved it. The Bengals players like, nobody else is around this guy. We have 4 dudes. Let's just take the fucking ball from him.
Yeah,
and smart as hell.
I've seen all the Chiefs fans on Twitter like, that should have been blown dead. It's like, he was still gaining.
Yes,
like, if they don't get that ball, they gave up like 6 fucking yards trying to get it.
Exactly.
That's kind of the
that's the give and take there. But no, that defense played fantastic. They have, and they can't do it. A lot of teams just can't do it because you don't have a Kendall Hilton to do that with, to play that all the time. But they have figured out a way to beat Mahomes.
Yeah.
Consistently. 3 in a row.
In the same calendar year.
Yeah. Yep.
And then that's the funny thing is like they talk about it on Monday, and then as of now, it's Chiefs, it's the Bills, it's nobody's. I mean, this is what it of like.
That's what you want, though.
Yeah.
You keep them out of the fucking
That's one of the things of, like, they did bring it up in the broadcast. If you heard it, they talk about when they showed up, because obviously the Bills are now the 1 seed.
Yeah.
Of, like, the Bengals play them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if they go on a run,
yeah,
and then you look at everything, it's like, oh, they have a head-to-head win against everybody.
Yep. Yeah.
That is the funny thing.
No, they
lost to the Cowboys in the division.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that is in the first place of their division, besides they haven't played the Bills yet, they beat.
And the loss to the Cowboys was just...
Yeah.
Shouldn't have lost to the Cowboys.
No.
You had a backup quarterback in, and, well, you couldn't protect him at that point in time.
3 of the losses, they shouldn't have.
Yeah. I tell you what, that offensive line coach deserves some kind of assistant coach of the year or something, because he has molded those guys together. Because it's a brand new unit. It takes time.
Like, everybody's like, well, he's getting sacked again. It's like, it's fucking week 1.
Yeah, it takes fucking time. It's not just, boom, well, we're all good. No, it takes time. And Joe Burrow has a tendency to hold on to the ball a lot.
Fucking Samaje Perine.
Oh, I know
it. Fucking stud.
These last 2 weeks, he's not in Cincinnati next year.
And that guy talking shit for the Chiefs, and he gets fucking spiked on the first drive of the... It's like, hey, maybe just go low.
One of the best commentary I heard, it was a dude on Twitter. He's videotaping it off his TV. He's rewinding, and he goes, "This motherfucker just dribbled this bitch." And I'm like, he did.
It's the second week, he did it to somebody in Tennessee.
I know it. I was like, he just dribbled that. But I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah, that game. I mean, the only, as a Bengals fan, the only thing that you have to say is, like, and it never, he's best slot receiver in the fucking league.
Yeah. Boy, don't drop that fucking touchdown.
Hit you in the face.
I know.
Dude, you were open by so far.
He lost me money.
I want to say it's his first drop of the year?
Something like that.
I mean, it's like it never happens.
Yeah, he lost me money. But it's just like, thanks, Boyd. Yeah. Thanks, Boyd. I win $45 if he makes that catch. Yeah. Yep. Bastard. So we'll go back. I just want to bring this up. I have that second WideSide league for other people because we can only have 20. So I'm winning that one going into the 4 o'clock games.
Okay.
Going into the 4 o'clock games, I have Travis Kelce, George Kittle, and Tyler Boyd. I didn't cash.
Yeah.
Kelce had a shit game.
Yep.
Garoppolo gets hurt. Kittle had like 2 catches, and then Boyd drops that. All I needed Boyd to do was catch that touchdown, and I'm winning. I'm winning. And I was like, you motherfuckers. Yeah. I was so happy. I'm like, oh my God, I'm winning after this one. Because I put a different lineup in the one that we had in ours.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, I like this. I'm winning right now. It was by like 6 or 7 points. The guy only had like one dude. I was like, okay, sweet. He drops that. Kelce fumbling basically cost me out of the money because it's a top 3 thing too in that one. And then I dropped a second. And then when he fumbled it, I was like, fuck.
Well, that was the... I'm back on my shit too. Obviously, I was texting you on Sunday and showing you like my $1 million lineup. If I put that in the WideSide, I win by 30.
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, it was.
Yeah, you had a good one on that one.
I think I had 100 and.
I'm starting
170 some. Yeah, is what I had in that.
I'm starting to go away from like. I was really bad about names there for a while.
Yeah,
like I need this fucking guy because he's a dude now. And I was really always like that because I was like, I need a receiver, I need a running back. Now I'm like, okay, Kelce gets as many targets as any of the receivers. I'm going to go after him. And he's a little cheaper.
Yeah.
So now I've been going after him. Now I'm really kind of going after the quarterbacks. And it's kind of been working out. I've been cashing more, obviously not in ours, but I've been cashing the $1 million one. And then the single games I've been cashing.
The big deal for the quarterbacks. That's why Hurts and Fields.
Mm-hmm.
Those fucking rush yards and the rushing touchdown is the big deal.
Yeah, because I hate the passing touchdowns. Only 4 points. Yeah, makes no sense to me.
Yeah,
makes no sense.
Justin Fields in the first fucking drive gets 11 points off one play.
I know.
Like that's a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah. And then,
I think the one that got me. Oh no, this was in the that was in a single game.
Mm-hmm.
It got me. It was a guy that. Scored a touchdown, but then he fumbled one.
Okay.
It was like, that's fucking brutal.
Yeah,
that -3 is fucking brutal.
It's huge. The one guy that has kind of been like an underdog, but he's a decent FanDuel player is the Bronco, that Latavius Murray.
Yeah,
because they only have like 2 running backs, and he gets 90% of the carries. he's averaging like 10 or 12 points. I'm like, that's all I need. And he's only like $6,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just keep picking him because I'm like, I know I'm getting at least 10 points out of this guy.
Then, obviously, my other one, that was the fucking killer. I was so fucking close to that single game.
Yeah, you were.
So fucking close.
Yeah.
6 fucking points.
I know it.
One guy.
One guy. Yep. I got one in tonight. I think I got 2 or 3 in tonight.
I didn't do tonight. If I get home on time, I will.
So there's the $1 million one.
Yeah.
And then there are a $10,000 and a $5,000, and it's only like $1 and $3. So I've been playing those a little bit more. It's less people. So I've been winning more on that one than the big $9 one.
I'm about 75% on the $9 ones now.
Okay.
So, I mean, I had a big Sunday. I mean, I cashed pretty decent amount.
Mm-hmm.
But that was now granted on my $1 million one, the one that helped is I had the Browns defense.
Yeah. Yeah.
30 fucking points.
Uh-huh.
I mean.
Yeah. That's the one thing I've been kind of going after too now is like I spent a little bit more on the defense just because I'm like, what? If they can get me just 7 to 9 points, it's like that's a good day for an average defense. They don't have to, they don't have to do anything special, but now they're not giving me like 1 or 3 points. Like that's what I was doing before. I was just finding because I was spending so much money on everybody else. I'm like, I'll just get the worst defense. And then I was getting like 1 point. I'm like, motherfuckers. Okay.
So I think I looked at it. I was kind of comparing the winning lineup for the $1 million one and my lineup. Had the same quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Had both running backs.
Yeah.
Had 2 wide receivers. Had the defense. I think so. It's one. Yeah, I think it was like 6 out of the 10 spots.
I think so, yeah.
I had 6 out of the 10 matching the winning lineup.
Gotcha.
The receiver I was missing was Devontae.
Okay.
And
it's hard to pick him.
He went to like fucking 30 points.
Yeah,
like all of a sudden they can score.
Uh-huh.
And then there was and then the other like 3 spots were just different guys that was like 5 points here, 5, it wasn't a lot, but it was
enough to get you up there. It's hard to. It seems like the Raiders can only play well against division teams. It's hard to pick them against anybody else.
Should be pretty easy to pick them tonight. I don't know if Baker's going to go or not, but
sounds like he is.
Yeah, it sounds like Wolfman.
Yeah, Wolfman.
Wolford or Wolford, Wolfman, whatever.
Wolfman, yeah. Oh,
may not play. What a shit! Like you get cut and released. And then that happens in San Francisco, and you think, hey, maybe I end up San Francisco. Just fucking hand the ball off.
Mm-hmm.
Knows the offense. He played. I mean,
nope.
No, we're gonna. Hey, here we're gonna send you to a team that has pretty much shut it down for the year. Of like, hey, we're. Oh, you're excited to play with Cooper Kupp? Good luck, because he ain't playing anymore. That was the one I heard today of Allen Robinson's got to be there going, hey, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. This is a Super Bowl champ.
Now, like, the one thing that's happening in Chicago is they're fucking throwing the ball and scoring points. Now, they're still losing, but it's like, well, son of a bitch.
Should be getting some targets, man.
Yeah.
It's so weird how the NFL works like that, though.
Yeah.
I used to think, like, the Super Bowl hangover was like, that's just bullshit. Now it's like, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
The real thing. You think you're on top of the fucking world. And you know what? It's obviously a big deal to win the Super Bowl, but I'm really starting to think like the Lions may have almost won that fucking trade.
Yeah, but no.
And I get it.
It's kind of that.
It's hard to pass up a fucking Super Bowl, and I get it. But you were never winning the Super Bowl for the Lions standards.
Right.
They've won it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Goff's doing okay.
Yeah, he's doing fine. He's going to get another contract from the Lions. You don't think so?
No, they're going to draft somebody because they're going to get the fucking Rams pick. They get the Rams pick.
Oh, you're right. They do. I forgot about that.
Fucking top 5 pick.
It's number 2.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah. Oh, fuck.
And now they're going to have Baker Mayfield play quarterback with no Cooper Kupp?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're taking a quarterback.
Yeah. I forgot they had the Rams pick. Yeah. Yeah. Because it's like the first 5 picks, like 2 or 3 of the teams aren't the teams that are drafting like for that pick. Because obviously Denver is giving it to Seattle for number 3 right now. And then, God damn it. Fuck. That's got to go down as one of the worst trades.
How about the most that Russell had the amount of 100 passer rating or whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't know, however long he played there.
Mm-hmm.
Tied it in his first year.
The worst?
No. Seattle's franchise record for most.
Oh, yeah. Geno Smith tied it, yeah.
In 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be a top 5 quarterback all the time. Your fucking backup just fucking tied it.
Yeah. Now,
dude.
It's so bad.
I hate, because we keep harping on this.
Mm-hmm.
He's a piece of shit. But I feel so bad for that fucking defense.
Mm-hmm. 17 points a game.
You gave up fucking 10.
Yep. Didn't win. 10. Didn't win. Give up 10 points. That still holds true. If the offense scores 18 points and regularly, they would be 10-1.
I'm so impressed with the defense that they're still there.
Yeah.
That it's not like, you know what, my hammy's feeling a little, okay, I'm going to shut it down for a couple,
And the whole fucking team's fucking hurt. Like, we don't even have half the goddamn starters. Which I get that. Why would I come back? And we fucking suck.
Yeah.
One of the cool things, and it's a cool thing to think about from how bad the offense, it's not cool, but it is cool at the same time, how bad the offense is. And it's a correlation between how much the defense is on the field to how little the offense is doing anything.
Right.
Denver is the number 3 now defense, I think, in the NFL overall.
Yeah.
They are 32nd in the last 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
And they are on the field the most defense besides the Texans. So it's like 31. They're on the field. The percentage-wise of offense, they're on the field second most in the NFL.
Yeah.
No wonder they're fucking bad in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
They're dog shit tired.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that's why I just think it's cool. It's like people want to harp on, like, oh, they're a really good defense. Yeah, they are.
That's why you have a defensive guy screaming, fucking do something at the quarterback.
Shit. And I think that Nick Wright, am I saying that right?
Yeah.
The dude, he was on Dan Patrick's show and he was talking about.
Yeah, he's kind of a cunt.
He is, but he was talking about what we talk about Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
And he hit it right on the head. He's like, Russell Wilson is 2 different fucking people. He doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know how to respond. He doesn't play.
He's fake.
He's fake. He goes, and people are seeing fake, and people don't like fake. And he's like, you're seeing rehearsed answers in press conferences that he has something in his mind that he's going to say, and he just says it.
Yeah.
He goes, it's why you didn't see a reaction when the guy screamed at him on the sidelines. He just was shaking his head, and he's like, yeah. He goes, if it's any other quarterback, and he goes, and it's a defensive fucking tackle. He comes off the field and he yells at you. Any other quarterback is going to yell right back at that motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
He goes, and it doesn't. And he goes, and the one thing that pisses me off, he's like, Hackett's about 3 feet from him and then claims he doesn't hear him say anything.
Yeah.
I didn't see. No, he goes, you fucking heard it. He goes, any other head coach is going to turn around and fucking say something. He's like, it's a sham. And I'm like, yeah, 100% right.
I was doing a little research for you.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't figure you would look too far into it.
Okay.
But I looked into it for you.
Thank you.
Before it's even reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
2026.
Yeah.
And it's still.
Yeah.
Because at that point in time, you're not cash out of pocket, even though.
They're not cutting him or trading him.
No. I'm just saying. Okay. Before your cap hits even reasonable.
Yeah.
It's 2026.
Yeah. I know.
And it's still like $35 million.
Yeah, it's not a he's number one. I thought the guy made a huge mistake by signing him.
Well, new owner, splashy.
And I get it. We didn't have the owner yet when he made the deal.
No, the new owner signed off on the deal. That was kind of like the first week that he owned the fucking team.
Was it?
Yeah.
Either way,
never played a snap.
Yeah, never played a snap. Like you're going to want to see him before you give him that. That's kind of like a thing. And I know it's Russell Wilson, and he didn't think it was going to be this fucking bad.
My guess being, because they were going through that sale, that was probably in there that you got to give him a new deal because that was kind of part of the trade.
Probably.
I'm going to, because that's kind of a thing.
Kind of how it goes, yeah. And I get that 100%. I get it if he had a year left.
Yeah.
He had 2.
Yeah.
And it was a big deal.
Yeah.
And then he just signed a nice extension.
Yeah.
And I never as bad as he's played, I never thought they were going to get rid of him.
You didn't think it'd be this fucking bad.
No, and I didn't think it was going to be good
Because he's not.
Because he's not.
And never has been.
And we don't really have any really like splashy people.
No.
Because that's just not. We haven't had splashy people since Peyton was there, and we really didn't. We drafted Demaryius Thomas.
Yeah.
Great receiver. Then you had a couple other people, but even when Peyton was there, they still ran the fucking football. Russell Wilson cannot run the football.
No, he refuses to.
Yes. And if you're
calling
going to
checks that aren't even in their playbook.
Yeah. And you don't have flashy people. You don't have big play capability. You have an old school team. You have a fantastic defense. All you need to do is not turn the ball over and stay on the field.
Yeah. And the one thing with Denver, obviously, run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
You play good defense. Always.
Yeah.
And the one thing Denver always has is a really good receiver that nobody really hears about.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
Yeah. Yeah. Go back to the Elway days and stuff. Yeah.
And the one big name that you have is the one that you can't ever play in fantasy because you can't fucking trust him.
Judy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, he had 30, know.
Exactly.
He gets targeted 15 times a game. He's got 100 yards. Okay. I fucking stubbed my toe on the first play of the game. Fucking out because he's a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
They need to get rid of him.
He is surprisingly terrible.
Yeah.
Surprisingly terrible.
Yeah.
I did not think not a whole lot of Alabama receivers are that good in the NFL because it's different. I didn't think he was going to be this bad.
Well, he's a type that needs to be with the Mike McDaniel, with the, this very creative kind of
yep.
spacey offense of like, hey, man.
Yeah.
Can you run the route tree?
Yeah.
Kinda.
No, he runs really, really good routes. Is he going to catch it?
Maybe.
Not if there's traffic.
Yeah.
Not if somebody's on him. If somebody's tailing him, he rarely catches that ball.
Well, and that's the other, like their other one with Devontae Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Doing very well.
Yeah. Because there's another one.
Yeah, when they got Brown, that made a big difference.
Huge difference. You're not, Russell Wilson's not Russell Wilson anymore. Run the ball.
I go by the fact that he never was.
And I know that, but he's never been this
Handed
awful.
the ball off, and he threw an incredible deep ball.
Mm-hmm.
But the methodical march it down the field, not his game. The only time they methodically would march down the field is when he was running with his legs.
Yeah. Can't do that anymore.
Refuses to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know that he can't. I think he refuses to because he's not a running quarterback.
Yeah.
I think that's more of and I think McAfee hits it spot on, is Russell Wilson is playing a character of what he thinks a quarterback is.
Yeah.
That he's in his own fucking movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just 10 points.
10. Still have more shitters in your house than touchdowns.
I can't.
I think Carson Wentz still has more touchdown passes than him.
He does.
And when's the last time he played?
Week 6.
And he's got red hair.
It's so bad to watch. I wasn't even mad that I missed the first half last Sunday. We were out doing shit, and I'm like, my wife goes, "Hey, what time did Denver play?" I'm like, 1. She goes, "It's 2:15." I said, "Fuck it, I'm not watching that shit."
It's fucking 3-3.
Yeah, it was 3-3 when I looked. I'm like, it's no big deal.
Fucking Lamar Jackson's out. That's the only reason it's 3-3 because they would at least scored 15 if he just.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like that was a game where normally for Baltimore, you get a defense like that, where they would beat you fucking 20-21 9, but they kicked 7 field goals.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Tucker's they did that against the Bengals once.
Mm-hmm.
Like they beat the Bengals like 18-15.
Yeah. All field goals.
And Tucker kicked 6 field goals because there's like 11 field goals in the game.
I remember that. Yeah, I'm over our fucking kicker too. He's missed so many goddamn game-winning kicks in his career there.
Oh, I was going to say, when the fuck did you have a game-winning kick this year?
Seattle. But I'm saying because he's the only player left from the Super Bowl team. Brandon McManus.
Oh.
Obviously I follow a lot of the Broncos and people just obviously overreact and stuff like that. But he goes, this fucking guy needs to be cut. He goes, I put it in. He goes, put a clip together of all of his his game-winning field goals that he's missed. It's 3 minutes long.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I'm like, I knew he wasn't good, but it was this bad.
Which is weird because it's like you can get a more accurate guy because you play in Denver.
Yeah, exactly.
So that if he doesn't have as strong a leg, okay.
Yeah.
Because usually when you go on the road, it's probably in a dome. And
yeah, this is like, this you bring up a good point, buddy. He does suck.
Yeah. It's weird that they haven't cut him.
Yeah.
Honestly, because you don't get.
And he's gotten 2 extensions.
Because that's one of those things of like, hey, fucking they got rid of Vinatieri.
Yeah, exactly.
And don't get it wrong. He misses a few kicks at some certain points. Fucking Justin Tucker's getting cut.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. I mean.
Yeah. It is weird that he hasn't been cut. Because they cut the punter this year. The punter was like top 3 last year at net punts. And so they cut him because his contract was too expensive. They signed this guy. His average punt, can you guess the number? And it's not good.
Okay. His average? 39.
Nope. 33.
Ooh. 39 is fucking horrific in the NFL.
33.
Yeah.
Net punt? Or what? When they run it? Oh, what is
net.
it? Yeah, net when they run it back? Can you guess?
It's got to be 26.
23.
So he's not only not kicking it far, he's kicking it low.
Yep. And kicking it right to the fucking people.
Because if you're only kicking it 33 yards, you should never have a return.
No. And he can't put one he can't pin them. Those are his long punts. It always goes to the fucking end zone. Like, this guy sucks. Yeah. I know he's a rookie, but fuck. And he cost you a nickel. And I get that part, but Jesus Christ.
That's the.
Special teams are ass.
We just went that route too because obviously Huber got cut. Now they signed him back to the practice. It was a sad day because Kevin Huber's been
he's been there forever,
fucking ever.
Got the behind the back,
but it's one of those like bittersweets of like, it sucks, but Drew Chrisman, and then bringing Huber back to the practice squad and let him finish it out of like, and it was just getting like his good punts were good, but he was getting more of those. He kind of shanked it a little.
Just getting old.
Hey, they're getting the ball at the 50.
That leg's dying. Yeah. I mean, it just happens. It just happens.
You only got so many kicks in you.
Oh.
But he was a fucking stud. He was the best player on their team for a decade.
Yeah, he was. The behind the back fake against the Redskins was
amazing.
Awesome.
Their president or their one guy fucking testified in Congress today.
Saw that. Was he found guilty or something? Or he was?
No, he's testifying about the John Gruden thing of like Dan Snyder. He's testified that Dan Snyder had their lawyer leak the John Gruden emails.
Oh.
Of like, hey man. It's kind of just the fact that you're a billionaire and it's coach for another team that you did that. Okay, that's weird in itself.
We hate your brother.
That's also fucking bro code that you can't. I mean,
we hate your brother so much. We're going to do this to you.
Yeah.
That's one guy I always thought would come back.
Yeah, where the fuck did he go?
I have no clue. I always thought he'd come back and do something, position, something. You know what I mean? Something.
He's an amazing coordinator. When he was with Cincinnati, it was freaking wild.
The fact that Cincinnati was that bad with Mike Zimmer and Jay Gruden.
Yeah.
It's like, why? Because Marvin Lewis is a good coach.
Did you see?
What?
Sounds like Zimmer's going to be the fucking defensive coordinator at Colorado.
I saw that, yeah.
Now, granted, it's not going to work that way.
No.
Because his defense
is so goddamn complicated.
So complicated you can't run that in college.
Yeah, yeah.
But he'll have some blitzes that are going to fuck some people up.
Oh, my God.
You that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't. Like, his defense is, if you think the NFL is next level defense, Mike Zimmer's defense is next level of trying to understand.
Yeah.
I have read through breakdowns, looked at cards, looked at, and I still can't. Yeah, like, it is fucking crazy.
There's so many moving pieces at once. And it's, how do I want to say it? I'm not shocked that he doesn't have an NFL job because it takes at least 2 to 3 years for that defense to really get where it is.
It would have been like, for him to go back to a coordinator, it would have had to have been him going to a place like Detroit of like, hey, we know we're going to be shit for 2 years, but it's going to take you 2 years to install this.
Yeah. Yeah, or a team that has pieces already.
Yeah.
Like a Chargers.
Yeah.
You have pieces there.
With some vets.
But it's
they kind of have Like, yeah, if you got a vet-led defense, because they mostly know what his defense is, because they've seen it.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, that's what Aaron Rodgers said. He's like, I hated going against that defense. It's confusing.
You know what's
as
going
shit.
on.
Yeah, it's confusing as shit. And it goes against it twice a year.
16 years, and he goes, every game, at least once a quarter, you're going to see something that you've never seen before.
Yeah.
Like, that's an amazing compliment to get from a quarterback of that caliber. Of oh, you mean he's still inventing shit?
One of my favorite
There's only
ones.
so many ways you can blitz, you would think, but apparently not.
One of my favorite lineups was when he had 8 dudes on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
I forget who was that. I mean, it was like one safety deep. Your corners were like 5 yards off. It's like, oh God, what? How do you read it? And then like the guy, it's crazy because they know his cadence.
Yeah.
So you know when to move. And it's like, okay, this cadence, now everybody switches, go. Now I was like, okay, who's covering who?
Yeah.
And it's wild that they're able to do that. And they only rushed 4. They didn't blitz.
Yeah.
They didn't blitz off of it.
Dropped back in a zone, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fucking too deep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
it's just crazy. Crazy shit.
It's funny that we spurred this talking about Ohio State's defense. The last 30 minutes has been an offshoot of Ohio State's defense that we went through everything in the NFL.
Whatever.
Well, everything that concerns us.
More NFL stuff. Has there been a surprising team to you? Not necessarily the whole year, but just like like the last few 2-3 weeks that is just like, oh, okay, they're kind of making a.
It's Pittsburgh for one.
I thought them too. They were in my mind.
But and the other one is like not surprising, but kind of surprising is Philly, that they're still like what they just did to the fucking. Yeah, they got the GM fired this week.
Yeah, well, he should have.
Yeah, that video that Vrabel was gonna fucking murder that guy on draft night.
Oh yeah, I'd never seen that video before. Where he just gets up and walks out. Oh yeah. What? Yeah, because what hell? I remember that very vividly. It was like a week before the draft, and he goes, "As long as I'm the coach, AJ Brown's not going anywhere."
Yeah,
I was like, "You motherfucker! You should have been fired."
Yeah.
How do you imagine how good that offense is? Because it's already halfway decent, and you can't throw the ball.
Yeah, because the one guy you just fucking gave away.
Yeah.
Now, granted, you got some draft picks. Okay.
You are the one thing that bothers me with that trade alone, you weren't a bad football team. You had made the playoffs how many years in a row? Vrabel's the only coach of his coaching class that still has a job. You win the division every fucking year. You have 7 wins now. Why the hell do you make that trade?
Yeah. And the thing was like, why would we do that? Of like, well, we're going to get this because Philadelphia's trying to make a run. It's like, well, fuck, maybe we want to.
Yeah.
Maybe we want to make a run with the guy that's already in the building.
Yeah, exactly.
And he wasn't asking any.
Don't draft
he was asking for 25.
Mm-hmm.
They offered him 20.
Mm-hmm.
Never negotiated after that, just traded him. Like,
yep.
Well, he knew he wasn't getting 25.
Yeah.
He wanted to stay.
I think, now this is just in my own mind of, I know how this guy brings in people, and it would be so cool to have him out of Tennessee. Now, I know they don't have a ton of money, but just like the people he brings in, and he's a player guy for the Lions at the moment, is, I had his name in my mind. I kept talking. The dude who used to be the GM for the Browns.
Yeah.
The people he's able to bring in, the way he's able to manipulate money, like that's something Tennessee needs.
Yeah.
They're a team where I know it's not a big destination spot, but you got guys that come play for the fucking Browns.
Yeah.
No.
Well, Tennessee's a massive destination.
I mean, I get that. I mean,
with the proper GM, because like people they're going to kind of want to play for Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, he seems like a guy.
I mean, they kind of that's kind of a well thing around the league of.
Yeah, just him being there and finagling. Like I feel like he could be something.
He's such a good coach.
Yeah,
that the roster building is not being a hindrance to him.
Yeah,
like he's still making it work.
Yeah. No, and that's just seems like the kind of guy he is. I'm not going to bitch. I'm just going
to. They had like 70 some different players on their team last year, and they're number 1 seed in the AFC.
Yeah.
Granted, they got beat the first game, but they also sacked the quarterback 9 fucking times.
Yeah.
And Tannehill threw a wicked pick.
Yeah,
pick at the of like Hey, man, like your receiver wasn't even anywhere around. You just threw it right in the guy's chest. Yeah. I mean,
yeah, it's a. Oh, if they could get a GM that can work numbers and finagle stuff, that'd be a dangerous team, real dangerous team. Because I think there's a lot of big name free agents now. Again, if they re-signed, it's still early, but still, I mean, there's a lot of guys that are done. They're up on their contracts.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing of like you want a Brown because hey, Derrick Henry can't do this forever.
No,
he's the kind of running back that maybe what's he got, one more year?
I feel like he's a freak. I'd give him that AP number. I'd say 3. That's just the kind of
he might only have 2 left, 1 guaranteed left on his contract.
Well, yeah,
and you can't sign him again.
Yeah, you can't
unless he knows that hey, I got to take a cut. Because he's not going to get the ball. If he goes somewhere else, he ain't going to get the ball like he gets it there because nobody runs that offense.
No, he'd have to go to Atlanta where his old coach was. I mean, that would be the only other way he could do it. The guy's making running game work with fucking Cordell Patterson running the ball. So
yeah.
No, I think I'm with you. Like the Steelers are kind of up and coming. I'm with you. Philly, they're able to keep on track like that.
That's what I was wanting to say. We'll flip back to the Bengals real quick when I talk about that pick. How we were talking about their defense of how they sit back and do that. Because they didn't do what they used the last couple times to beat them.
Yeah.
Because they got really aggressive and they kept getting burned on that.
Yeah.
And then that last fucking play, they show blitz and bring 2.
Yep.
And drop 9 and sack him.
Yep.
It was under immediate pressure.
Yeah.
And I love that because you bring the outside guy, and since you have a spy, he has a 2-way go. There's no way on a 3rd down you're going to expect an end to go inside.
Nope.
And fucking immediate pressure of like,
yep,
that's the way it goes.
Oh, it's the way it goes.
Yeah.
There was one more team.
Yeah, my other one's still, Washington still.
Yeah.
Getting that tie.
That tie counts as a win in the playoffs.
Absolutely does. Absolutely does.
Yeah, that's not a bad tie for them. It's not a bad tie for Washington. It's a bad tie for New York.
Yeah, because it was in New York, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You got to go back, and they play them next week. Not this coming Sunday, but the following Sunday. Yeah. On Sunday Night Football. They just got flexed.
Yeah,
it's to Washington.
McLaurin is so fucking good. I hate that he's there.
Fucking Heineke, man.
Guy just gets it.
How do you like that guy?
That's a bad thing. Like, they trade,
they trade for Carson Wentz. He's got to be thinking, what the fuck did I do wrong?
Yeah.
This team sucks. What did I do wrong?
But also, of hey, I'm making $8 million, and, I couldn't find a job.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I almost beat Tom Brady in the fucking playoffs the year they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And people forget that.
Oh, I know it.
Like, that came down to the wire.
Oh, yeah, it did.
And he's running touchdown. It was
fun.
That was a hell of a game.
Yeah, it was.
But he's just different, but he's not a name.
Yep.
He's not a guy. And it's just like, well, maybe it's okay.
Yeah.
The guys seem to fucking love him.
Oh, yeah.
I feel bad for Carson Wentz.
So do I.
Because everybody's like, hey, this fucking guy. Like,
I die for this guy. I was like,
same way for Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Like, they all came off the plane wearing the Mike fucking White shirts.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, that's got to. You're the number 2 overall pick, pal.
Yeah, and you're gone. The Brock Purdy thing. Did you hear that? Like everybody in the endgame press conference said that he had balls. Like that was like in a different way. Like, man, this guy's got some balls. And now his new name, Big Cock Brock. That's his new locker room.
That's great.
Name. Yeah. Because they said, I think it was like Debo. He said that dude's got some balls. He called a timeout without Kyle calling a timeout. He's like, nobody does that. It's like Kyle calls a timeout. So he goes, that guy's got some balls. I think before Garoppolo got hurt, Niners were like my Super Bowl team. And now I'm like, in the NFC, they were my pick to, in my mind, going to the Super Bowl. But I'm like, I'm not saying Garoppolo did something fantastic where this guy can't do it, but it's like, there's just something about having that backup quarterback.
There's something about Garoppolo that just gets stuff done, but he wins a lot of games without throwing a fucking touchdown.
Exactly.
It's one of those, like, they're built like that is one of those ones where, like, if you're Baker Mayfield, you're so pissed.
Yeah, I could have.
You could have went on a Super Bowl run.
Yeah, you could have imagined that.
And then imagine you win the fucking Super Bowl, and then the Browns fan goes, "Hey, good luck getting your fucking massages, pricks."
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah. The Lions are fun.
They are.
I like to read a lot of, not articles, but just quotes and clips and things like that. And one of the ones I was reading was it was an unnamed player from the division, and he just said that, kind of like the Vrabel thing we talk about, like, people just like playing for this guy. Yeah. And they said if they can figure out the consistent winning part of it, he said Detroit is now a destination because of this guy. And then it was an executive who said the exact same thing. The consistency of winning keeps up. You watch out for Detroit.
And he was getting fired this year. Mm-hmm. And he even came out in the press conference and said, "Hey, look, a couple weeks ago, like, I'm getting fired."
Yeah. No, I mean,
and now we win some games, and
Yeah. And it just, like, it's so funny. Like, it just takes a couple for you to understand how to do it.
Did they fire the defensive coordinator or just the DB's coach?
DB's coach.
So how the fuck do you fire a position coach and your defense gets that much better? I mean,
so shockingly better. So the way that I understood it was Aaron Glenn helped with the DBs. He's also the defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
When he was that was like last year.
Yeah.
Then he just kind of took over all of the defensive coordinator stuff, didn't really go to positions. Once they fired that guy, I think he's now back
in there
with the DBs, and kind of like, it's nice when your defensive coordinator is also your DB coach. He's going to fucking tell you how to play. And I think that's kind of what I read. That was like the biggest change of the guy calling our defense is now running our worst part of our defense. So we're better.
Yeah.
And they couldn't get much worse.
Yeah, they could have, just behind the Texans.
Yeah.
That was it, though. That was it. They were 31.
You're beating Minnesota, and you give up a 20-yard flag route to the corner of the end zone playing cover 2.
Yeah.
Something's fucking off there.
Well, I mean, there was a no shit thing there for that first 6 weeks. They were 1-5 and could have been fucking 4-2.
Yeah.
Easily. They were leading games deep into the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you fix that because they are wildly aggressive on offense.
Yeah, they are.
Way more than the personnel that they have should be.
Yeah, they are.
Although Amon-Ra, Top and Ramen St. Brown is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I love when I can kind of get him picked because he's going to fucking do something.
Yeah, and then you add a Jameson Williams to that pick when he's healthy.
Yeah.
To that receiver, not bad. Jamal Williams just scores touchdowns. That's all that guy does. 1-yard touchdowns. He's got like 12 of them.
Yeah.
Fun team.
Hell yeah, it is.
Fun team.
When they screwed me a couple times because their defense got better because I was just picking guys playing fucking Detroit and I was killing it. It was like, fuck.
They changed something up.
Yeah.
But no, they're a fun team, and how do you not like Dan Campbell? He's just a fun guy to listen to talk, and just the passion that he has. But you got to win, and if he can continue to do that, he'll be there another year.
Yeah, I think he already got himself another year.
Mm-hmm.
And you beat the Packers.
Yeah.
Now, you can say whatever you want about that.
Big deal.
But that shit doesn't happen for Detroit.
Yep.
And where they got the Vikings this week?
Mm-hmm. In Detroit. That'd be so fun. That'd be so fun if they fucking beat them. That's one team.
Like, there's an outside chance they can get in the fucking playoffs.
Yeah.
Because the NFC's shockingly not good.
No. Wide open.
I mean, even though the NFC East is like the whole, like, they're all going to make it, I think, at this point.
Yeah, I think they're all in.
But you gotta imagine something's going to fall off. But
yeah, I mean, can the Commanders keep it up? Like, it's tough. The Giants, can they keep, like, they still have to play Philly again, and they have to play Dallas again.
Yeah.
It's a tough go of it for them. But like the Lions, man, I'm not sold on the Jets either.
No.
And they go Vikings, Jets, Panthers, Bears, Packers. Like, they have a nice chance to win half of those games and get 7-8 wins.
Yeah.
That's you with the way the NFC is, 7-8 wins might get you in.
Yeah.
That would be awesome if they got in.
I fucking hope they do.
That would be awesome. Like, playoffs. In the NFC, what do we got? 7 teams in now. Yeah, they're 2 games back behind Washington, Seattle. Like, they need the Giants and Washington to kind of start to fall off a little bit.
Yeah.
And then Seattle, like, they're behind New York, Giants, Seattle, Washington. And I don't know if Seattle keeps it up.
It's tough. They've kind of been, and I think Kenneth Walker just got hurt, didn't he?
Yeah. Like
that's a fucking problem.
Seahawks go Panthers this week, then Niners, Chiefs, Jets, Rams. And only, I guess, okay, mostly home.
Yeah.
they only have one away game in that stretch. So I mean, it's a possibility, but if the if the Lions got in, that would be just a fantastic thing.
I fucking told you, man.
Yeah, biting fucking kneecaps, man.
Well, and then sneak in and then head to fucking Tampa and knock off fucking Tom Brady because that team fucking sucks, but they're going to get a home game because that division is horrific.
Oh my God. That division, it's sad that Atlanta is not winning the division.
Yeah. Well, because the whole bad thing is, and it goes for Andy Dalton because they obviously lose a fucking another primetime game. But he won that game.
Yeah, he did.
This guy's fucked up. You ran out of bounds while you're trying to run the clock out and didn't get a first down. And you weren't pushed out of bounds. You just fucking ran out so you didn't get hit.
Yeah.
And then you kind of acted like you were hurt.
Mm-hmm. Because you knew you fucked up.
Yeah. Game was over.
Yeah.
Game was over. All right.
Yeah. No, and it goes back to Andy Dalton.
And these are the games that Tampa's winning to stay in first place.
I know. Ugh. Wow. That division is bad. Because I think Tampa has 5 wins?
6 maybe.
6 now that they just
I want to say it's post-divorce, he's 4-1.
Yeah. An ugly 4-1.
Yeah.
Ugly 4-1.
They got rid of that Giselle. Yeah. Man, when those pictures came out of her fucking jiu-jitsu teacher.
Yeah.
I feel obviously she's fucking him. I'm not saying she's not, or she could just be taking jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. Tom's not beating that guy's ass. You, last week's picks, we both went 3-2. Is
that good?
I mean, it's not losing.
Hey, if you're winning money,
you're winning.
You're winning. A few weeks we can.
Yeah,
I have to do that sign up to get the $100 thing or whatever.
Yeah, I did that. How shitty does the state of Ohio look now? Your home team is in the college football playoffs, and your home state can't bet on that game.
Oh yeah, because it's
December 31st.
Would I get some revenue from that?
I can't imagine it. And I know other people don't use FanBook or FanDuel. There's other sports books to use.
You're stupid if you
don't.
DraftKings fucking sucks.
It does.
I think a lot of people got fucking robbed.
Yeah.
Because they had a lot of shit.
But imagine if Ohio State does beat Georgia and they play in that national championship game. The app might not work. You may have to put your bet in well before January 9th for it to actually go through. Because I had to, that first weekend of the NFL, in our FanDuel thing, I tried to go in and adjust mine about an hour before the game and it wouldn't load.
Yeah.
Because just so many people were on it doing the shit.
Who goes first?
I'll give you the first game. Okay. Vikings at the Lions.
I knew that's right, because that's a game I was going to give you.
I know you were.
Give me the Lions.
Okay.
That is Lions just out of heart.
The Lions are favored.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part. The Lions are favored.
Ravens at the Steelers.
What's that?
Ravens are -1.5. Ravens are favored. Or I'm sorry, the Steelers are -1.5.
Okay. Oh, man. This is a toughie. Yeah,
because
Huntley's won games before, so it's not
a lot of games.
It's not incredibly. The Steelers are up on them the last 5 games, 4 games. I think they're
yeah.
You know what? Give me the Steelers at the minus the 1. What were the minus the 1.5?
-1.5. Yep. It's fucking over unders 36.5. Fucking NFL game.
That's funny. Sorry, my phone's not working. It's cold in here. let's go with I'll give you that game. Okay. Jesus Christ, there's some big spreads this week. Jags at the Titans. The Jaguars are plus 3.5.
Give me Tennessee minus the 3.5. I don't know that Trevor Lawrence is playing. He didn't practice today. An ankle thing.
Okay.
And Tennessee's on a massive need to bounce back.
Win. Yeah, they have to win.
Gotta win.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're going to have a home game because that fucking division sucks.
Horrid.
But just for morale, you can't get beat by Jacksonville.
Yeah. Ask the Colts.
All right, I'm going to give you... Whoa. Wow, that was the first time I've seen that spread when I just rolled by the Dallas game.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Panthers at Seahawks. Seahawks are minus 4.
I'll take the Hawks. Seahawks minus 4. All right. I'm going to give you the Bucks at the Niners. The Bucks are plus 3.5.
That doesn't make any sense.
It makes no sense.
I understand you lost your second string quarterback that happened to be your, quarterback took you to a Super Bowl a couple years ago. I get it. But that was never based off. You still have all the guys that score your touchdowns still on the field that usually run them in as opposed to catch them.
Yeah.
And that defense going to play, right?
Yeah, pretty fucking good defense.
Nick Bosa probably going to go after Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Give me the fucking Niners minus the 3.5.
Okay. Gotcha. Got you down, sir.
I think you know what you're getting now.
Yeah.
Dolphins at the Chargers. Chargers are plus 3.
Give me the Dolphins. And it's 3.
I don't know. He's got to get fired, doesn't he?
He's got to get fired. That is a Sean Payton destination right there.
Yeah. Although I don't know how. I wonder what they'd have to give up.
Is that the Sunday night game? Yeah, it is. Okay.
Yeah. I can't give you a 17.5 point spread.
No, I don't blame you. I just was I was scrolling down. I'm like, wait, which one's the end game? Oh, we have a good Patriots Cardinals Monday night football game.
But I wonder what the Chargers would have to give because he's still contracted to New Orleans. So they're going to have to give New Orleans something for him.
Staley.
I mean,
yeah.
I guess New Orleans could just release him and be good people, but we're going to need at least a pick.
Yeah, something. My turn to give you a game. Okay, here we go. Let's go Eagles at the Giants. The Giants are plus 7.
Well, we just talked about it. I think this is where they start falling apart. I think the Eagles beat the dog fuck out of them. Okay. I don't even know what that sentence means.
I like it,
but it means something.
It means something not good. So the Eagles minus 7 and a dog fuck of a game. Okay, here we go, baby.
Oh, shit.
Now you can give me your game. It's closer.
Yeah, I mean, that's all there is. Browns at the Bengals, 5.5.
Let's go with... this is the first time in his career that Joe Burrow beats the Browns. I'm gonna go Bengals minus the 5.5. Yep.
They can't drop games anymore.
Nope.
Especially this one.
Yeah.
Because you still got that Bills game and you still got that Ravens game. Because let's not...
You just gave me 2 back-to-back. That's my fault. Or no, I picked the Bengals, didn't I?
Yeah.
I'm stupid. I put it on your name. Sorry.
Fucking moron.
I am a moron. Man.
But
I had a dipshit moment right there. My fault.
As happy as I am with the win they just had, there's still a very real possibility Bengals don't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like there's some shit coming up still.
Yeah.
Still got to play the Ravens.
Yeah.
Still got to play the Bills. I mean.
Yeah. No, it's not good for them.
Yeah.
And the funny part is the Ravens got last place in their division.
Yeah.
So they are playing all the last place teams.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess I'll give you the Jets at the Bills, and the Jets are plus 10.
Ooh.
Said that a lot of question, but it's right in front of me. It's facts.
Yeah. Are they plus 10? Am I reading 10? This right? I'm going to take the Bills minus the 10. I don't like it, but it's at Buffalo, and I think the weather's probably going to be a little shitty, I believe.
Okay. I would assume.
Well, I mean, I think there's a chance of like some rain and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's a little far out. In case you didn't know, I also look at weather when I'm picking my teams.
I mean, I know you look at weather a lot.
So, well, yeah, for my job I do, but not so much this time of year. I kind of got a good idea that I don't have an irrigation system turned on, so whether we get rain or not doesn't fucking matter. So nothing I can do about it.
Okay.
I owe you one more?
Yes, sir. You can give me mine if you really want to. I don't really care because I'm picking the other team. So,
well, it's a shit game to give you. That's the problem.
Well, you have two shit games.
Yeah, but the other one's more interesting.
Yeah, the Texans and the Cowboys. Yeah.
Just at that number, 17.5.
Yeah, Texans. I can't imagine them beating them by 17.5.
Here's the bad thing is I think you can make a point just because they don't.
Yeah.
That the Broncos would cover that.
Yeah. You could.
That they'd score 10 points and Kansas City would just...
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't cover a lot. I mean, they just never have.
No. Yeah, you could make a point that, I mean,
this is the first time they're playing, isn't it?
Yes.
So you can play them twice.
Don't laugh. You want to hear Denver's schedule?
Please.
The rest of the way out?
Are we done picking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is Denver's schedule the rest of the way out. And it's a good one. It's a good schedule. If it would load. So we have, like I said, the Chiefs are obviously this week.
Yeah.
And then I believe that they're again on New Year's Day. So it's the Chiefs, the Cardinals, the Rams, the Chiefs, and the Chargers. But imagine like the Rams are healthy.
Yeah, they should get a win against the Rams. But, I mean, they're playing against Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Because Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp's not going to play again this year.
No.
And there's a pretty good chance Aaron Donald's going to get shut down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can get beat by the Cardinals.
Yeah.
You can get beat by the Chiefs twice.
Yeah. And then you're probably going to get beat by the Chargers in the last week of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
That's
So we got one more win in us. 4 wins this year. So bad. It's
awesome. Oh, we don't have that pick.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, we could draft anybody. But we don't. We have the Dolphins, or we have the Niners pick, so hopefully they start to shit the bed.
I hope the Niners fucking win. Not for that pick.
Yeah.
But like with everything that happened with the Russell Wilson, like if they go on a run with fucking Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick of like, fuck, take quarterback, you know. We're not going to keep him, but I mean.
Yeah, they win a Super Bowl with him.
Fuck.
Win a Super Bowl with him.
Like you thought Tom Brady was a little fucking pick. This is literally the last pick. They give him a jersey that says Mr. Irrelevant. That, hey, you're not making a fucking team, buddy.
Nope. But he's going to win a Super Bowl.
That would be so fucking great.
That would be.
Dude, you won a Super Bowl. Thanks. I made $450,000. Not even that, because he wasn't on the roster for the first.
Nope.
So he's making, let's see.
$255
for the rest of the year?
Think so. Yeah.
Yeah, just over halfway, yeah.
Over halfway, yeah.
$500,000 was the minimum?
Think so.
Now, obviously, there's probably some bonus structures and stuff in there. Like,
yeah.
Fuck Super Bowl champ. What'd you make? Fuck $300,000.
You know what the funny part
and
is?
I live in California.
You know what the funny part is?
I can't afford my house.
One of the Denver's 3 wins is the Niners. that's the funny thing.
The fucking Colts beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah.
They're so fucking bad.
Oh, yeah. The Colts beat the Broncos. God. The Colts beat the Broncos. Yeah.
They're so fucking bad.
Yeah. It's not good.
Like, Frank Reich has got to get fired. I mean, Tennessee is winning the division. Just fired their fucking GM. You have brought in Carson Wentz, Matt Ryan, Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
Haven't gotten a receiver for any of them yet.
Nope. Like,
we got to take care of our guys. Okay.
That GM's there.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like a doucher. No.
Well, brother, I like him. He's got a southern accent. And he always looks the other way when I'm taking my pills.
Is that Jermaine? He's trying to be him?
Yeah. I can't sound that drunky.
No.
Even though he's not really a drinky, he was I think he was a pill guy.
Yeah. Didn't he? I thought he got a DUI a couple years ago.
I think it was pill based. I don't know that.
Okay.
He's
just under the influence.
It was like he had a bunch of fucking prescription drugs and like a bag of $100,000. Like that's
for shades of party.
That may sound made up, but if you look that up,
it's probably not off.
I'm not that far off.
You saying the pills makes a lot of sense. I don't know anything about the money, but the pills now starting to ring a bell a little bit.
A bunch of prescription bottles, and there was like a bag with like $100,000 in cash.
Okay.
Maybe that's why he gives money out to everybody. Remember, he's always like, you see him out in public, he's always just keeping up the persona of why he had $100,000. Why I fucking give it away. That's why. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to be looking.
Yeah.
Fuck. Now
I got to give it to everybody.
Then you get multiple guys going to the Hall of Fame. You're going to fucking, now he's tossing $100 bills out the fucking.
Yeah. Jesus. Oh, man. That fucking guy.
Yeah. You had a fucking good life, though, man.
Yeah.
You fucking lived it.
These fucking owners, man, they do what the fuck they want.
Yeah, all you got to do is not be Dan Snyder.
Yeah.
Hey, man, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Just fucking tone it back 2 notches.
Yeah.
And his shit isn't even, he got caught getting a hand job by a hooker in the fucking back behind the fucking 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Why he would be there, I don't know, but that's where hookers are. Sorry, 7-Eleven, if you want to sponsor us, we'll stop saying that about you.
Yeah.
But it's like, his is just like...
Yeah.
Shit about his secretary.
Yeah.
Of like, hey, I get some cooter shots of my secretary that I taped my phone to my fucking toe and I fucking slid it under the desk and was filming. You want to see him?
Yeah.
Like, that's his fucking shit.
I know. It's like 8th grade shit. Get a whole book of cooter shots underneath my bed.
Oh my God, I think about that of like, how is that not a thing of like fucking Dan Snyder?
That kid.
I wish I had a program that did that.
Yeah,
like the fucking face swapping shit that does it well. Of like, get a whole bunch of cooter shots
underneath my bed. I go to the mall and I take pictures of girls' skirts.
Shit, that was a good one.
Yeah. Oh man.
I don't have anything else to say.
I don't either.
You going with cooter shots and fucking hookers behind a 7-Eleven.
Good old 7-Eleven.
He's drinking a Slurpee. Not a big gulp, but a Slurpee because it's 7-Eleven.
Yeah, they don't have big gulps.
I don't know where big gulps are. The Speedway?
I don't know. Big gulp,
the last time I had a fucking Slurpee.
Yeah.
Or slushy, whatever the fuck they call them.
Slurpee. I think it's a Simpsons thing, isn't it? It's the Slurpees.
No, Slurpee's a thing.
Oh, is it a thing?
I think it's 7-Eleven. I think it's
okay.
Slurpee.
It could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
I've never been to a 7-Eleven, to be honest. They don't really exist here. So.
No, they don't.
Although I think they bought Speedway.
Oh, they did?
I think so.
Okay.
Like $300 million.
Ow. So they're going to turn all the...
That's not right at all. That's way too fucking low.
As I say.
Might have been for like fucking $30 billion. That would be more of a realistic number.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Speedway is more of a east.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Of the Mississippi. Isn't that weird how shit is just like, hey, there's a fuck ton of Bob Evans, but you go on the other side of the Mississippi, there's none.
There's none.
And like fucking Waffle House.
Yeah.
Same way.
Same way. There's
like
nothing.
Like California maybe had, no, I don't think they have a Waffle House. There might be like 6 Waffle Houses on the West Coast.
Yeah, and all the South has is Shoney's.
It's like,
God, Shoney's.
I haven't been to Shoney's, and that's a buffet, yeah?
Mm-hmm. It's fantastic. I haven't been there in 2 years.
I can't tell you the last time I've been to a buffet.
Oh, really? I love buffets, but I had a bad experience at the last one, and I don't know if I'll go back.
Did you puke?
No, I didn't puke.
Did you shit?
No, I did. Me personally, it was what I was looking at around me when I was eating, and I just didn't.
Your family.
I got disgusted by that. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, a bunch of tubos doing some weird stuff.
No, I don't want to talk about it on air. I don't want to talk about it. That's gonna get us. We may get canceled. I just don't want to talk about it. That's so gross.
It's such a great thing. You can't tell a story from a buffet.
Can't do it. It's disgusting.
Oh, God. All right. Well, we gotta end the show so I can hear the story.
WideSide.